Hi, Jasio here, and today we are going to make elephant toothpaste. This one requires some sort of empty container. I'm going to use a plastic water bottle. I'm going to use some food coloring to give my toothpaste some color, hydrogen peroxide, and powdered yeast. Hey everyone, so I have moved outside because I made two discoveries while filming this. One, that it's very messy, so it should not be done indoors. If you don't have easily accessible outdoor areas, you can put it in your sink. That's fine too. I also learned that if you don't wear long pants with a lab coat, it looks like you're just not wearing any pants. So I'm going to fill this water bottle about, it's like here-ish with hydrogen peroxide, not that much. It's like a fifth of the bottle maybe. I think the recipe calls for about a cup or maybe less hydrogen peroxide. These amounts don't have to be exact. Okay, I'm going to fill it up to right here, where this finger is. Next, I'm going to add just a little bit of dish soap. Just a splash. Alright, I'm going to swirl it around. You don't want to shake it because then it's going to foam up with all those bubbles. You don't want that right now. So you're just going to give it a little bit of a swirl so the dish soap mixes in. Alright, next I'm going to add my food coloring. I'm using blue because my toothpaste is blue. And I found it looks cool when you just run it along the edges, along the sides. So you can make your toothpaste striped. Just going to do a couple drops along the sides. Like 4, so it's kind of striped. Next, I have my packet of yeast and a cup of warm water. Going to pour that in, the whole packet. Alright, and now I'm going to stir it. Cool thing about lab coats is they have a lot of pockets. Just going to stir it until it's mostly dissolved. It's going to look kind of like oatmeal. Alright. It looks about ready. Okay, now watch closely on the bottle as I pour it in. Ready? So you can see it's kind of foamy. You can't really see much of the bubbles coming out. The bubbles are really tiny. So what's happening here is when hydrogen peroxide breaks up, hydrogen peroxide's chemical formula is H2O2, so almost like water but with an extra oxygen. So whenever it decomposes, it breaks up into H2O, which is water, and O2 gas. So normally that gas would just kind of flow out of the bottle, but since I added that little tiny bit of dish soap, that gas, that oxygen gas, is being trapped in those bubbles as it's coming out, forming this really, really fine foam. So unlike normal soap bubbles, these are like really tiny, so it looks almost solid. So yeah, so it's breaking up, and the yeast has something in it called catalase, which most living things, which yeast is a living thing, have. And catalase is a catalyst which accelerates the decomposition process of the hydrogen peroxide, and that's why it's so sudden. And that's why it bubbles up so quickly. And the food coloring was just to give it a little bit of coloring. You can't really see the stripes too much, but there you have it. I'm going to pour a little more yeast, see if anything else happens. Though you don't have to. See if we can get any more going. I think that's about it. There's still some foam coming out, and it's just going to keep foaming until there's no more hydrogen peroxide left to decompose. And that is how you make elephant toothpaste. And don't worry, it washes away really easily.